company.
Tonight on Ctv3 News, price gouging rears its ugly head during the threat of Hurricane Beryl to Belize. Investigation on illegal sale of Belize's sugar moves forward. A farm in the village of Shaibe is targeted by criminals who walk away with thousands of dollars worth of heavy machinery. And the summer programs in full swing here in the north. These are some of the stories we have for you tonight in our newscast for Tuesday, July 9th, 2024.
Is split between Greens aligned with Alicent and Eganid section and Blacks who support Rhaenyra in claiming the Iron Throne.
War is coming. And neither of us may win.
Pledge your allegiance. Watch House of Dragons Season 2 on Max.
Good evening. With your news also simulcast on Fiesta FM 106.7. I am Joanna Rodriguez. A few days ago, our country was under a tropical storm watch from passing Hurricane Beryl, which was the first named hurricane of the season. With threat of a storm looming over our country, Belizeans scrambled to get their family and properties ready for any eventuality. As Belizeans moved to prepare for the hurricane, however, the age-old issue of price gouging also surfaced as some businesses across the country began to raise prices for essential items, including food and potential materials like plywood, which is used to secure homes during hurricanes. With an increased number of these reports surfacing across the country, the Supplies Control Unit mobilized to address the matter. Today we spoke to Director of Supplies Lennox Nicholson, who says his office is currently engaged with the disaster preparedness team to help address this matter.
The issue, it persists, right? And so has our efforts. You will notice that recently we put out our most recent release with a list of establishments in the Kaya district and the Belize district that were actually fined for violations. So what we want the business community to get accustomed to is a climate where enforcement efforts are continuous, as opposed to ending up with this concept that it's something that we will do on occasion, right? One of the matters, though, that I think needs to be addressed is the recent situation regarding compliance issues for price controls leading up to what was a potential storm hitting Belize. I think the fact that the Prime Minister of the country had to put out a release on the matter gives some indication of how serious a problem we had regarding the significant fluctuation of prices in the upward direction leading up to this Beryl storm that had was being monitored as a threat to Belize.
As a way of solution, Nicholson says there are viable options on the table which are expected to be implemented before the end of this year's hurricane season.
So I was indicating that thus far the efforts to monitor prices and ensure compliance with the regulations have been seen in its own stream. And when there is a potential emergency, there has not been sufficient recognition that perhaps the effort to ensure compliance with the prices regulations and in general to ensure a greater degree of consumer protection has been seen as separate and apart from the broader emergency response mechanism. And I think that the time has come for us to revisit that position where there has to be a greater degree of coordination and communication of the supplies control unit on the one hand with NEMO on the other hand. And I must indicate that that process has commenced. We have been in significant contact and discussions with Mr. Ricardo Martin from NEMO in San Pedro to get the ball rolling in that regard. So what we have agreed to as organizations is that particularly on the island of San Pedro, the NEMO organization out there and the San Pedro Town Council will identify persons to us who will be trained to act in the time leading up to these emergencies, to carry out enforcement functions and be empowered to issue tickets. So where we are right now is that our office is in the process of completing our training package, and we will submit that to competent legal personnel within the government structure to ensure that it is sound. Once that is done, then ourselves and NEMO will work together to impart that training to these identified persons, particularly on the island of San Pedro. That would put us in a position where there is always going to be presence out there in these times, and we do not have to be concerned about how we will get our personnel on the island and how we're going to get them back safely to the mainland after a potential storm. So that is in process. We expect to have that training package completed by the end of the month, hopefully completed and reviewed, so that early in August we can proceed with the training. So we are not waiting until the next season for us to put these measures in place. We are doing that as we speak.
Additionally, the control unit is looking at amending the list of price-controlled items, particularly during the hurricane season.
Along with NEMO as well, is the list of goods that are subject to price control regulations in normal times throughout the year versus things which become essential and basic items during a storm. So that a product like plywood, a product like flashlight, batteries, those are not on the standard supplies control list that we regulate. However, we are looking at preparing a report for our minister and the broader cabinet to take a look at possible measures that can be taken by way of regulation to kind of, even if temporarily, expand that list under certain circumstances and during certain times that the country would be facing. That would put us in a better position to stop this business about, because everybody wants plywood, you just add $25 to the price and things of that nature. There has to be mechanisms to deal with that sort of abuse, which by all accounts was rather rampant in certain parts of the country leading up to the recent threat that we faced.
As the hurricane season is currently in full swing, Nicholson is encouraging residents to report any cases of price gouging to the Supplies Control Unit.
There are a lot of persons, public officers, who tend to complain about people complaining on social media. Well, it's a valuable source of information for us to know what is happening in the market, since we can't be at all places at all time. These things, when people put these things out there and they're brought to our attention, it actually gives us leads so that we can channel our efforts even better. So by all means, provide us with the information, right? One of the other things I would like to ask is that persons keep receipts for your purchase, right? Not because the purchase took place a week or two ago, that means that you would just consider it a dead matter. Keep the receipts. That would be extremely helpful to us in trying to bring you some redress. So those are the two pieces of advice that I would give the public.
Director of Supplies Lennox Nicholson today also gave an update on the ongoing investigation by the Supplies Control Unit into the sale of sugar in our country. From early June, the supplies unit has been working closely with sugar industry stakeholders to identify the wholesalers and retailers of sugar as they work to recognize persons who have been illegally sending our sugar across the border. Since the start of the investigation, the unit has been able to determine that there are 20 other major entities or persons who purchase sugar from the mill regularly. From those persons, only a handful have been able to prove that they have been selling sugar in the local market. At this time, Nicholson says that the unit is meeting with other persons on that list as the investigation moves forward.
You can call them inspections or you can call them meetings, right? But engagements with some of the entities of interest on that list are now commencing. Since we last spoke, we have identified places like Mahil's, for instance, who operate retail outlets on the islands. We have been able to identify where their product is going as well. But some of the ones that are documented as distributors remain problematic, and our people are heading out to have some discussions and review certain records with some of these persons. And as soon as we have something to put out, because one of the things we always want to do is to give persons an opportunity, right? If there is something that we don't know or we're not aware of, by all means, bring it to our attention. So you will notice that in our dealing with this matter, we are always careful to indicate who we can vouch for as being somewhat compliant or by attempting to supply the market.
Amelia Reyes, a resident of Corozal Town, is tonight in disbelief after a thief or thieves stole a number of items from his farm. The 82-year-old farmer declined an on-camera interview today, but he did tell us that with the help of the community, he hopes to recuperate the stolen goods which took him years of hard work to acquire. Reyes discovered the items missing on July 1st, 2024. The items include one customized trailer measuring approximately 12 feet in length, one customized industrial plow, a second 3-disc plow, and a customized industrial rake. The total value of the items ranks in the tens of thousands of dollars and is a major loss to the seasoned farmer who has cultivated his land for many decades in the village of Shaibe in the Corozal district. Anyone with information leading to the recovery of the stolen items is asked to call the Reyes family at telephone number 632-0442. A police report has been made and the police is looking into the matter. A reward is being offered to anyone who has information that can lead to the recovery of the items. Viewers and listeners are also reminded that purchasing stolen goods is against the law. The price of liquefied petroleum gas will see an increase of 26 cents, which will come into effect on Wednesday, July 10th. The change reflects wholesale volume and retail sale by volume in both urban and rural areas. This means that the wholesale price for LPG will now be $3.90, down from $3.64. In urban areas, the retail price will be $1.26 per pound or $5.50 per gallon. Prices in the rural areas will decrease to $1.28 per pound or $5.60 per gallon. According to the Supplies Control Unit SCU in the Ministry of Agriculture, Food Security and Enterprise, the increase of 26 cents per gallon is a result of an increase in the acquisition price of both butane and propane. Coming up next, the free medical clinic for residents of Concepcion in Corozal. Stay tuned.
The Orange Walk Clinical Lab Summer Promotion 2024 is here. Get your summer promotion on glucose, cholesterol, triglyceride and hemoglobin for only $20. Also fantastic promotions on prostate PSA for only $50. We also have other packages on promotion. We also provide DNA paternity testing. We take this opportunity to inform the general public in the Orange Walk District that we are an approved NHI lab service provider. So for all your NHI lab tests, Just visit your NHI medical provider and visit us at the Orange Walk Clinical Laboratory. We take care of all your NHI lab tests. Results are provided the same day. Come visit us on number 20 San Antonio Road, Orange Walk Town. Call for details at 322-0423 or 600-2727. Call 630-1479. Remember, don't wait for symptoms. Check your health today. The Orange Walk Clinical Laboratory.
Members of the community of Concepcion in Corozal today were today treated to free medical consultation courtesy of the Life Coast Church in Florida, who flew into Belize to render their services. Today we were in the village and spoke to the head of the team, Mike Wade. He told us that not only is his team in Belize to serve residents with free meds, but also to upgrade the local church led by Pastor Lloyda August.
Believe that our work for God isn't just in our own location, our own city. We know God is working in all around the world, and we pray to find local churches like Pastor Lloyd is here to partner with in different areas of the country that might not be as well off or might be hard pressed or suffering from hurricanes or destruction, things like that, where we can take teams from Palm Coast, Florida to wherever God sends us. And this year he sent us right here to Belize, and it's our first time for our team in Belize. We love Belize. We love the Belizean people. They're so kind and so gracious and welcoming, and they've been so great here. And our whole purpose is to partner with pastors like Pastor Lloyda of Iglesia here in Concepcion, and all the great work she's doing here in the community. And we realize sometimes all you need is as a local pastor is a little bit of help, a little bit of resources, and some time well spent with the people. And we know Pastor Lloyda is doing such an incredible job getting to know her community here and getting to serve and invest in the families and the children, and so many children in the area. So we just wanted to come down for a week and spend time with the kids and tell them not just about Jesus, but how much that we love them from Florida, and that Pastor Lloyda and the church loves them, but also help with medical clinics like you see behind us, people who are hurting with either colds or flus or other things. Our nurses come down and work with the local doctor here to help give free medication and free help to people who have any sorts of illnesses of any kind. And then we do some construction work as well across the street, where we're putting up a ceiling in the church so they can have a better environment to worship God in.
As is the protocol of the Ministry of Health and Wellness, a local medical practitioner was on site to administer medication where it was necessary.
This group is, I want to thank this group for being the sponsor of the medications that we are providing to the patients. First of all, I have to be here because this group are from the United States, and they don't have a registration. They're not certified to practice medicine in Belize, so they need somebody who is a local, a registered medical practitioner, so that I can prescribe in the country. It works by this. A team has to have a local, and they would send their documents with the application form to the Ministry of Health. Ministry of Health does the approval, and they would get a release letter in which they can also bring medications to the country. Without this, you cannot import medications.
And with the medications that will not be disbursed to patients that you will not see here in Concepcion, where does that go?
Medications that are left over, we usually use for other clinics. It doesn't go to waste because we have several other clinics, other mobile clinics to different villages, so we use them.
Concepcion is a very mestizo community, and that is there anything prevalent that you've been able to decipher from the patients you've been able to see so far?
Well, the most prevalent diseases in the north, as you might know, is diabetes, hypertension, and we have seen quite a few patients. We also have seen with the rainy season, we are also seeing a lot of cases of diarrhea, vomiting, etc.
Team leader Pastor Mike Wade says it is the group's first visit to Belize, but it won't be the last.
The best experience here is the people. It really is. You may have heard about America. We're very busy, we're very distracted, and we're not very family anymore. Family disperses and scatters. We love coming here because you guys teach us a lot about family and relationships and how to slow down. We're just so fast in America. And so God brought us here to help learn from you guys how to be a little slower pace, a little bit more relational, and how to enjoy family and time together. And so that's what we get to do here in this community, just spend time all day playing with the kids and enjoying the kids and with moms and dads. And we get to take that home and enjoy our own families. So our desire is to do 10-year partnerships. So we don't want to just come in and just leave and we'll never see him again. And we want to build relationships with this community right here and help the church and Pastor Lloyda build and develop the community. So we've been able in the past to come in and build extensions on church for medical clinics, maybe even extensions on schools to do tutoring and things like that, or repair homes, roofs and things like that. And they just keep coming down and blessing the kids. And in our last project, we saw little ones graduate from high school, and we will just get behind them and go to college. So you get to see them long term over 10 years. So our hope is to come back and spend 10 years at least in a partnership. And then we'll get to know them back home, to know the people here and pray for them and always write them on social media and celebrate them and everything the church is doing here in this community.
The free clinic continues tomorrow in Concepcion and will close off at midday. Leader of the opposition, Honorable Shine Barrow, today hosted a press conference where he highlighted various matters of national importance. One of the concerns raised by the opposition leader was on the sugar situation, which he says continues to affect Belizeans across the country, particularly in the north. Additionally, the opposition leader says there have been reports to his office recently indicating that sugar is being sold at a higher price than the current controlled price.
The other matter that is alarming is the sugar crisis that we're having, where sugar is not available and sugar is being sold 25-50 cents above the controlled price, certainly in the north. This is what is being reported to me by my colleagues in the north, and it is a problem for the middle class, for the working class, and we ask the government to fix it.
Following the reports by the opposition leader, we asked the Director of Supplies, Lennox Nicholson, if his office has received such reports, while he confirmed that there has been no official report made to his office and investigation will be launched into the matter. The opposition leader during his press conference today also issued his support to government for their decision to offer much needed assistance to our Caribbean comrades who were affected last week by the passage of Hurricane Beryl.
Thank God that we were spared from Hurricane Beryl, and my prayers and my thoughts are with my colleagues in CARICOM. Many of them I've met with personally, Prime Minister Mitchell in Grenada, Leader of the Opposition, Dr. Keith Mitchell in Grenada as well, Prime Minister Holness in Jamaica, Leader of the Opposition Golding. I offer my prayers Prime Minister Gonzalez in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So our prayers are with our CARICOM sisters and brothers, and definitely I support the government of Belize, given what we can with our limited resources.
Summer is in full swing for primary and secondary school students from across the country, and that means there will be a number of summer activities to help keep our little ones positively engaged during the summer months. Here at Ctv3 News, we will do our part to keep track and highlight these positive events. Today we stopped by Louisiana Government School, where Councillor Dorette Pascasio, in collaboration with Orange Walk East Area Representative Honorable Kevin Bernard, are hosting a 4-week literacy camp for over 30 children from across Orange Walk Town. The reading camp is focusing on literacy-based learning for students ages 5 to 8. The summer camp started last week and has included daily fun-filled activities led by Councillor Dorette, who is a trained educator, along with longtime educator Elizabeth McLaughlin.
Yes, for this summer, I must say that we are hosting a literacy camp, and this is in partnership with the Honorable Kevin Bernard and myself. So this camp, I have two sessions. I have a morning session, which is being done with the Infant 1 kids that will be going in Infant 2, and I have the afternoon session with the kids that were in Infant 2 and going to Standard 1. And I have approximately 35 children in the camp, and I must say that I have a very inclusive reading program because I have the regular students in the camp, and I also do have the special needs kids as well that are in the regular classroom, because you know that we promote inclusiveness. I must say that for this summer camp, we have the Honorable Minister Kevin's daughter, Gwendolyn. That is my little assistant helping me with these kids in the classroom. You know, it's good to have kids their same age assisting and helping in the classroom. It starts from there, and it helps the kids to be a little bit more confident, you know, and working with someone. So I'm happy that Gwendolyn is with me for this summer program helping me.
Engaging students in literacy education, according to Councillor Pascasio, is important both in and out of the school setting.
Like the saying goes, literacy takes you places. So it's very important for us, the parents, the teachers, and the community, have these children build this foundation, because we know that reading is very important. So it doesn't only happen during school time, but also outside of school time. And the more we reinforce and help these children, they become better. Remember, these kids are the future. They are the future for tomorrow. They are the next prime minister. They maybe the next minister, the next teacher, the doctor and lawyer. So it's very important for us to build and boost their literacy level. If you notice, I'm not the only one teaching the literacy. I also have teacher Elizabeth McCaffrey, who has been a teacher for 25 years in the regular classroom, and a teacher who have been dealing with the special needs kids as well. So I must say that the children have been receptive.
The Literacy Summer Camp is expected to conclude at the end of July. And there is more news after the break. Stay tuned.
Experience the iconic tournament of Copa America.
Messi puts it in.
Witness each goal of the Euro Cup. And live the excitement of the CONCACAF games.
On target, and it's in. It's in the back of the net. It's a stoppage time.
Available only on Centaur's Express Plus app. Call 380-101 and sign up today. Express Plus app, streaming entertainment.
This plan, I can't leave this plan. Smart believes.
Hey there, smart thinkers. We're turbocharging your mobile experience with Smart's powered up postpaid plans. Imagine a world where your data speeds flows faster than ever. Well, guess what? We've cranked up the dial and unleashed the postpaid power of Smart's lightning fast LTE data on all our postpaid plans. That's right, no speed bumps, more data. It's like having a limitless highway of data speed at your fingertips. Whether you're a lone ranger with an individual plan or a squad rolling with a group plan, everyone gets to surf, stream, and share at enhanced, full, high-quality speed. Switch to Smart's powered-up postpaid plans today and ride the wave of postpaid power. Visit any Smart showroom or smart-bz.com for details and make your mobile experience smarter and faster. Smart, bringing people together.
No, I can't leave this plan. I can't leave this plan.
Officially, summer has started and students are out of the classroom. In all the districts, there are a number of summer programs children can get themselves enrolled in. In Corozal, the Corozal Church of Christ Primary School is hosting its 7th annual remedial sports camp with friends from the USA. Today, we visited the team who were teaching mathematics and reading to the participants.
We arrive here at 9 a.m. And from 9 to 11, we will work with the students doing reading, upper and lower, and math, upper and lower. We break the students up into different age groups, and we bring teachers from the United States, and they're working with the students on special teaching and education programs and activities and events. And then we will take a break, and then in the afternoon we go to the Civic Center in Corozal, where we do a sports camp, where we have different sports like football and baseball and volleyball and basketball and different sports, as well as arts and crafts. And we play games with the children from the school as well as from the community. We encourage the students to bring their friends and come and have a fun time at the Civic. And we have a heart for the children of Belize, wanting to just love them and encourage them. And if we can help in any way, work with the teachers and the parents that are here to help educate the children, to give them an opportunity to learn and to grow and to be better adults when they grow up, that's our mission. And we want to do that because we believe that we're called to love all people, no matter what country they're from or no matter where they live, that we have an opportunity to make a difference in their lives. And so that's why we come.
For Principal Jose Chan, his school will benefit widely from the camp as classes are provided based on the students' learning needs.
We are very grateful and blessed to be supported first by an international board headed by Ms. Janetta Voss. And 7 years ago, we came with this idea of doing a remedial sports camp, which from the Oakville, Texas church, the idea came that we have different persons coming and then do vacation Bible school and do sports camp, but we saw the need of doing a remedial, especially in math and language arts. And Mr. Matt at that time came and visited Belize, and we spoke about it, and we sent the different areas that they can work on, and they bring their worksheets, they have innovative games, and it helps the school and the students. Apart from that, they bring a lot of sports equipment, which prepare us for the upcoming school year. We don't need to buy equipment. The third part that Mr. Matt did not mention is that from ever since we have access to the Civic Center free of cost, but we do, the group do generous contribution to the Sports Council. Yesterday they presented a volleyball net, they presented basketball, mittens and aluminum bats, volleyball, and soccer balls. So all of these they leave to the Sports Council so that the Sports Council can use them when people go to practice at the Civic Center. So they help the Sports Council and they help the school also with different equipments, football, volleyball, and those are used, and that's why also Church of Christ is one of the schools that shine in sports. So their visit is welcome. Now, yesterday we were amazed because in the morning, first thing they do a devotion. So they incorporate spirituality in it, okay? And also, it's a group mix of mature persons and youths. The parents, they look forward for it because they say, Mr. Chanem, will they have remedial sports camp again? And the children, as Mr. Matt says, they meet the different youths that come regularly. When they come, they will ask, you know what, where is Chriselle Jimenez? Is he here? She here? We brought a gift for her. They form attachments, right? There are some kids that when they started remedial sports camp, when Ms. Janetta is asking for them, as Ms. Janetta, they are no longer with us. They have advanced to high school.
And today we were able to speak to two of the participants who shared their experience about being part of this year's camp.
I come from Libertad because I came here this week because my uncle works here and I am enjoying myself and I met new people, and right now we are in math class.
What is the best thing you like from Aldi?
That we go out at the Civic and we play football.
You enjoyed about this sports camp?
because in the afternoon we go to civic and play sports, and right now we're doing arts and crafts and maths and lots of fun stuff to do.
Do you think that your friends are losing because they're not here?
Yeah.
Remedial Sports Camp 2024 goes on all week and is totally free of cost. Today, the Ministry of Civil Aviation is hosting the 12th annual North American, Central American, and Caribbean Directors of Civil Aviation meeting in DCA 12. For the first time, approximately 100 dignitaries from across the Caribbean, North America, and Central America are gathered in Belize to share knowledge on the best prices for improving aviation security and facilitation. Prime Minister John Briceño delivered opening remarks sharing that 55% of Belize's GDP is from tourism and civil aviation is a key linkage sector. Discussions included aviation security to safeguard skies and air travel, solutions for the implementation of ECAO standards and recommended practices, and gender equality to ensure an inclusive sector. In addition, PM Briceño discussed sustainable aviation to reduce our environmental footprint and addressing challenges to improve connectivity and spur mutual development across our boundaries. And that's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Wednesday, July 10th here on Ctv3 and Fiesta FM 106.7. Remember that to read a text version of the news, you can visit our website at ctv3belizenews.com. You can also log on to our Facebook page for current stories at facebook.com/ctv3belizenews or our YouTube channel at Ctv3 News BZ. Remember to wash your hands and remain safe. From all of us here at Ctv3 News, thank you for watching and listening. Good night.